Welcome to the recreation of the 16th Annual Random Acts of Kindness Awards program. In full disclosure, we would like to note that this program originally aired at 9 a.m. on July 11th, 2020. Due to technical and logistical issues, we were unable to record the program. Some portions of this program have been re-recorded. We recognize the importance of receiving a Random Acts of Kindness Award and the generosity of spirit that it takes to earn one. We have made every effort to honor you with this recreation. We hope that you enjoy this program and are pleased with the accolades that you so deserve, but never saw.
Hello, thanks for joining us. This is the 16th Annual Random Acts of Kindness Award Ceremony and the Centurion Salute, brought to you by the Sisters Enterprise. Love will heal and kindness matters. This year, we are presenting this ceremony virtually due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the social distancing guidelines. I'm your host, Brett Hughes, Vice President of the Sisters Enterprise and founder of the Aurora Boys Club. For the next hour, we will salute our centurions and honor our Ractivist honorees that have given their time and service unselfishly to the community. I would like to take the time to briefly define these words, centurion and Ractivist. First, I would like to start with centurion. A centurion is a person who has reached the age of 100 years old. Because life expectancies worldwide are below 100 years, the term is consistently associated with longevity. In 2012, the United States estimated that there were 316,000 living centurions worldwide. Ractivist, a person helping their community, fulfilling the simple commandments that love your neighbor by performing random acts of kindness while inspiring caring people to spread love and kindness to people from all walks of life. Our religion is simple. Our religion is kindness. Thanks, and have a blessed day.
By continuing to rely on the old-fashioned values of unconditional love and helping their neighbors, Sisters Enterprise is happy to report that over the years they have touched the lives of thousands of Coloradans. Their annual Random Acts of Kindness program has become a great way to encourage children and adults to reach out and help others, especially when no compensation is expected in return. It also provides an avenue to honor and recognize fellow Coloradans who give to others in their daily lives just by being kind. Sisters Enterprise was co-founded by Sisters Betty and Eleanor in 2004. Natives of Kansas City, Missouri, they have happily lived in the Colorado community for over 40 years. Due to their upbringing in a large family of 11, the sisters believe that people are as happy as a lark when they are surrounded by happy people. Helping others always leads to happiness. Over the years, Sisters Enterprise has partnered with many organizations, including the American Heart Association, by offering free CPR classes to children and adults interested in learning this life-saving skill. Toys for Tots by helping distribute toys to children in need. Personal Touch Creative Designs by providing a free wedding annually to a deserving couple, just to name a few. They have also collected and donated items for the homeless, held a purse project benefiting domestic violence survivors, encouraged people to sign up as organ donors, collected and distributed school supplies, promoted youth literacy through various projects, and so much more. The purpose of Sisters Enterprise is to fulfill the simple commandment to love your neighbor by performing random acts of kindness, while inspiring others to spread love and kindness to people from all walks of life. Our religion is simple. Our religion is kindness. A random act of kindness is a purportedly selfless act performed by someone to either help or cheer up a stranger, for no other reason other than to make someone else happy. Whether spontaneous or planned, it is a powerful way of changing the world, one act at a time. These community awards are given to select individuals or groups who have demonstrated a sincere commitment to help others with no expectation of reward. This award program is intended to recognize people who have not been officially recognized in the past. All nominees are current residents of the state of Colorado and are chosen by the content of their heart, that reflects compassion, kindness, love, and concern for other human beings. We are pleased to present the 2020 Random Acts of Kindness awardees and thank them for the honor of sharing their stories.
Charles and Wilma Dotson are always willing to help and support others in need. This power couple has fed hundreds of homeless and delivered meals to families in need without asking for anything in return. And that is in addition to providing exceptional care for the needs of their precious special needs daughter who has severe cerebral palsy. Charles is a musician and has played with some well-known bands, also hosting a radio and YouTube show. Wilma not only has artistic and cooking skills, she also took the time to get certified as a nurse to take care of their daughter. The founders and owners of Personal Touch Creative Designs, their motto is, "Your vision is our mission," creating dreams and spectacular events for their clients. Their latest project is The Deserving Wedding, where a chosen couple in need is selected and gifted with an all-expense-paid wedding. They work with Sisters Enterprise and other sponsors to make this event a rewarding venture. They have also given their services to other organizations such as Sisters Enterprise, Colorado Battalion Cotillion, SEBS Recreation Center, Salute to Excellence in Education, and many more. Both starting off as computer technicians and working as information technologists for over 20 years, Charles and Wilma became members of the Black Chamber of Commerce and started a remarkably successful catering business called Taste of the Island Cuisine. They were afforded the opportunity to cater events for the mayor, the Air Force Academy, and several festivals, including the Jazz Festival and the Bill Pickett Rodeo. They made the sacrifice to give up their catering business to care for their daughter who became chronically ill. Their main motto in life is, "If I can help someone as I pass through this lifetime, then my living is not in vain." Wilma also uses her mother's quote, "It is better to give than to receive." This exceptional couple declares, "We aren't done yet, we're just getting started." Philip Rudy, who usually just goes by Phil, is a Colorado native, although he has lived much of his life overseas. The son of missionaries, he grew up in France, attending French schools until the age of 16, and then attending an international boarding school in Germany. Immediately after college, he joined the Peace Corps and served as a Peace Corps volunteer in Nepal for 3 years. For the past 11 years, he has mostly been overseas as a staff member for Peace Corps. He has had assignments in Bulgaria, Kenya, Burkina Faso, and Uganda, and 2 short-term assignments in Samoa and the Republic of Georgia. Prior to returning to Peace Corps in 2009, Phil worked as the program director for AmeriCorps National Civilian Community Corps in Denver. Phil considers himself fortunate to have been able to create a meaningful career in service to others. He views himself as a force multiplier in random acts of kindness and feels privileged to have facilitated the service of so many AmeriCorps members and Peace Corps volunteers in the United States and around the world who, daily, engage in random acts of kindness through their selfless service. Phil is a strong proponent of national service and has witnessed firsthand the benefits service provides to individuals who engage in such programs and to the people and communities that benefit from these services. Phil also sits on the advisory board of Survivors United Network, a Colorado-based nonprofit that provides aid and support to women, men, and children who are victims of domestic violence and abuse. Phil is married to Charity Wanjiru Kamau, who is a Kenyan national. In his spare time, Phil likes to read, cook, and engage in all kinds of outdoor activities. Phil holds a bachelor's degree in literature from Westchester University and a master's degree in education from Temple University. Phil is moved and deeply honored to have been nominated for this award.
Ms. Kapatu was born in Myanmar, formerly Burma. She has 8 siblings and currently resides in Aurora, Colorado. 3 of her siblings also call Colorado home. She has 3 children and 4 grandchildren. She is one of the hard-working leaders in the Burmese community in Aurora. Ms. Kappa's passion is helping people, and she does that a lot in her day job as a community navigator and interpreter for Aurora Public Schools. Kappa helps other refugees, Burmese parents and their students assimilate to life in America. She is an important part of their getting settled in a new country. She also works as the secretary at her church. She loves to cook and study new things, and her devotion is to be working with the community. She pays it forward by helping the less fortunate, and she genuinely cares about others. Her favorite Bible quote is John 16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believed on him should not perish, but have an eternal life.
Brian Arnold has a deep passion for improving the lives of the citizens of Aurora. It shows through his dedication and time devoted to his community. His own words show his spirit. We should all be kind to everyone because it is the right thing to do. When we love our brother, we are able to make the world a better place. If everyone would take a moment to put ourselves on others' shoes, we would be able to make this the best state in the entire country. When I wake up every day, I ask myself what I can do to make someone's life better. I try to make sure that I don't go to bed before that happens. One smile is all I need to want to do it again the next day. People who love others is what influences me to want to be a better man. The example has been seen, and I try to take the lead every day. Brian Arnold is the program director for Ready to Work, an organization that offers 1 year of housing, employment, and support for adults experiencing homelessness. They work in partnership with Bridge House, which provides a range of programs and services to help clients have access to the resources they need for a better future. Brian serves as the chaplain at Spalding Rehabilitation Hospital in Aurora, on the State Housing Board, the Metro Denver Homeless Initiative Board, MDHI, and works closely with the City of Aurora on many community projects. Brian also enjoys being a CHSAA track and field official. Brian has a BA in Communications and Physical Education, a master's degree in Educational Technology from Azusa Pacific University, and is currently working on his doctorate in Educational Leadership from the University of Phoenix. Brandon Foreman was born and raised in Hernando County, Florida. He has a BS in psychology from the University of Central Florida. He is currently pursuing his master's degree in library and information science. He met his wife, Jessica, in the same small town that he grew up in. 4 years ago, he, Jessica, and their pets moved to Colorado. Jessica is a veterinary technician, and Brandon is a librarian for the Aurora Public Libraries. Brandon helps others because he can. He is grateful for all those that have helped guide him to a better future. Unfortunately, he knows what it is like to need help and not receive it. Because of this, he wants to help as many people as possible to prevent them experiencing the same. He believes that it is important to help others because it is the right thing to do. Says Brandon, one shouldn't do it, help others, for promise of reward or compensation, but they should be kind because it is the very core of humanity. Life can be so difficult and terrifying with new obstacles appearing each day. If we tackle these obstacles together and as a community and family, we can and will persevere. If religious or academic teachings inspire someone to be kind, that is wonderful. However, kindness should be performed for simply the sake of being kind. It is what is right. Brandon recently took the time to go door to door at an apartment complex to make sure that the residents knew that paving operations were going to start and that they needed to move their cars or face a $100 fee. Brandon's favorite quote is "Look to the helpers" from Mr. Rogers' mother. He enjoys hiking, exploring small mountain towns, park cleanups, and neighborhood community events. He enjoys debating civil rights and challenging people to open their hearts and improve themselves. He is currently pursuing a goal to finish 1,000 hikes in Colorado and is currently at number 82. Brandon genuinely loves helping others. He enjoys serving the community by providing free activities and resources. He says it best, "My goal is to leave this world a better place than when I entered it. As long as there are people whose lives I can even improve by just 1%, I will continue to do so." Kay Martley demonstrates what we need in our communities. A dedicated individual who is always ready to lend a hand to someone in need, Kay never asks anything in return and is a pleasure to be around. Kay was a long-time dedicated volunteer at Komen Denver who was always reliable and passionate. She volunteered for Komen Denver for over 20 years and served in many roles such as education and the Race for the Cure. Every year, as a Girl Scout liaison with Hearts Across Miles, Kay gathers APO addresses from both organizations. She coordinates and packs shipping boxes of Girl Scout cookies. In 2020, Kay and others mailed 7,000 boxes of cookies to 40 addresses. Kay has volunteered with the Girl Scouts of Colorado for 50 years. As a volunteer, she has served in many roles, directing camps, chairing cookie sales, training leaders and scouts, providing emotional support, and reinforcing good values in girls and adults. For the past 8 years, Kay has served as the Survivor Breakfast Chair for Jody's 5K Ovarian Cancer Awareness Race. In addition to securing the food, coordinating the logistics, and garnering volunteers, Kay helps serve about 400 people each year 2 hours prior to the annual race. Kay volunteers as a cook twice a month for a community dinner called Table of Grace for Brentwood United Methodist Church. Kay is not a member of this church and does not live nearby. She volunteers because she was asked by a friend. For the last several years, Kay has helped as an evening volunteer for Sense of Security's annual gala, Distinctly Colorado. In the volunteer coordinator's evaluation, Kay is equivalent to 5 volunteers as she has incredible energy and takes on any task with a smile and competence. Evergreen Middle School and Amanda Teeves. An initiative was created by Counselor Amanda Teeves when COVID-19 hit the airwaves. She quickly recruited the students of Evergreen Middle School to compose kind and caring, heartfelt letters that put a smile on the faces of many senior patients. Here are 4 of the many letters sent from 6th, 7th, and 8th graders from Evergreen Middle School to senior citizens at various local hospitals to tell these senior patients how much they are loved and thought about during this public health pandemic. Dear friend, I hope that you're getting the love that you need and that you are not stressing too hard over this. Everything will be all right. It snowed last night, and we are hoping that the sun will come out. I hope that you are all okay. These are rough times, but I am sure they will be over soon. This might be very hard for all of the people at your hospital, but you will get through this with all your friends at Evergreen. This may seem very tough and hard to handle, but anything is possible. Just always stay positive. I'm sorry that you can't have visitors. I hope that you can have visitors soon. Hello, I hope you are well. This is a letter to let you know that we are here for you, wishing you days filled with happiness, health, and love. Evergreen Middle School is here to save the day. We want to make you happy in every way. The snow is beautiful outside. Now you can finish that 1,000-piece puzzle. I hope you are well and are avoiding the virus that is plaguing our country. We must do our part, hunker down, and wash our hands frequently. I have been keeping myself busy with online school, hiking, and playing video games. You are not alone. This random act of kindness will spur these students on to being the community leaders they were created to be in times of chaos or pandemic. We applaud Counselor Amanda for her teaching future generations to perform random acts of kindness. Dedrick J. Sims is the executive director and founder of Sims Fiola International Academy, an all-boys public charter school in Denver, Colorado. Dedrick also has served as the CEO and president of the Sims Fiola Foundation since August 2014. As a youngster, Dedrick was a victim of child abuse and neglect. That harsh treatment as a child helped him to prepare for his future community outreach ministry to help young men of color. Dedrick holds a BS degree in biology from the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, a Master's of Education in Secondary Science from the University of South Alabama, and a master's degree in Instruction Design from the University of South Alabama. He is currently pursuing his Doctor of Education in Organizational Leadership from North Central University. Dedrick's volunteer experience includes President of the Board of Directors of the Manifest Your Destiny Foundation, Chairman of the Board for Young Philanthropist Foundation, and board member for the Foundation for Science and Mathematics Education. Dedrick also served as an officer in the United States Army and is a member of the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. With over 2 decades of education and organization building experience, Dedrick Sims is a high-energy, accomplished school leader, executive, and organization builder. He knows how to form and lead talented teams. He is a creative, bold, and out-of-the-box leader who engages all stakeholders in planning and implementation. Dedrick has an excellent track record of effectively marshaling people and systems, management, operations and planning, finance, and human resources to achieve objectives. With a deep knowledge of education trends and policy, Dedrick has demonstrated success in fundraising, senior level hiring, strategic planning and implementation, a leadership style that is results-oriented but flexible, respecting the talents and entrepreneurialism of staff members. In the 2018-2019 school year, the Sims Fayola Academy impacted 375 young men in the Denver metro area and provided workshops and coaching for 400 educators through their Equity and Working with Boys of Color workshops. Because of this visionary's passion for performing random acts of kindness, the qualities that Dedrick looks for in relationships with others include encouragement, support, and kindness. Dedrick is an avid golfer, loves to read, travel, and do karaoke.
Sean and Mindy Stubblefield are both LPN graduates from Concord Career College. After crossing each other's paths on an online dating site, these single parents were drawn together based on their desire to pursue a practical nursing career. Sean had been an EMT at 18. While juggling the responsibilities of being parents to 5 young children in a blended family, Sean and Mindy courageously pursued their vision of becoming LPNs. They enrolled in the same program together at Concord Career College. Although some people thought they were crazy and did not think they could do it, this amazing couple never lost sight of their goal and never wavered from their commitment to become nurses. Sean and Mindy are members of Prospect Community Church in Keensburg, Colorado, which is under the leadership of pastors Brian and Dawn Stork. Brian and Dawn are Mindy's parents. During the bomb cyclone on March 13, 2019, Prospect Community Church turned into a safe shelter for stranded motorists. The numbers of those in need just kept growing. Sean and Mindy, who lived in Hudson at the time, knew they also needed to help. They packed up food for the people stranded at the church. Their first attempt to reach the church was unsuccessful due to blocked roads. However, they were able to help many stranded vehicles and were successful in getting the food to someone heading to the church for refuge. The next morning, Sean and Mindy again headed out to the church. They spent the day assisting sheriffs pulling stranded and buried cars out of drifts and ditches. Concord's Director of Nursing, Simon Parvoluscu Kodria, is one of Sean Stubblefield's mentors. Said Sean, Dr. P played an enormous role in helping us stay focused by teaching us to believe in ourselves and emphasizing how we can make a difference in the field of healthcare. Although working as an LPN can be intense at times, Sean and Mindy believe that their education and work experience has more than prepared them for just about anything that life throws their way. When asked whether the sacrifice and hard work was all worth it, Mindy shared, "We began this journey because we both realized that we wanted and needed to do something that would positively impact people's lives. The reality of our current roles is that we're not just helping our patients, we're providing solace and comfort to their family members as well." Needless to say, this compassionate power couple enjoys performing random acts of kindness wherever they go.
Out of tragedy comes triumph. On June 20th, 2005, Javad Fields, the son of Senator Rhonda Fields, and his fiancée, Vivian Wolf, were murdered. Rhonda could have given up at that point. She could have stayed in grief and allowed herself to succumb to a depression that could have lingered for an unknown amount of time. But she did not. She stood up. She took action. She moved forward and fought for justice, not just for her son, but for her community. She began working with legislators at the State House. She fought for improved public safety in our criminal justice system. In 2016, after 6 years in the Colorado House of Representatives, Rhonda Fields was elected to represent Senate District 29. She made history by becoming the first African American elected to serve in the state Senate, serving urban, suburban, and rural Colorado in Arapahoe County. Her campaign? Protecting the most vulnerable, promoting economic growth, reforming education, and increasing accountability in Colorado's legislature. Senator Rhonda Fields is a can-do individual, an upstanding example of what it takes to serve at home, in our communities, in our world. Random acts of kindness come in many forms. Senator Fields has taken the yoke of random kindness into the Senate so that she can continue to serve her fellow man at home and abroad in the state of Colorado.
Each year, Sisters Enterprise honors at least 2 centenarians from our community. A centenarian is someone who has reached the age of 100. We are honored to highlight 2 delightful centenarians today, Mort Stein and Inez Smith. We hope you enjoy hearing about their lives as much as we did, and that you join us in thanking them for sharing their stories with us.
Sisters Enterprise honors centenarian Mort Stein. Mort Stein was born on January 29, 1920, in New York City. There he grew up with his parents and 2 older brothers. His mother passed away when he was 7, and his dad raised the 3 boys. He lived through the Great Depression until World War II began. He enlisted in the Army Air Corps and served for almost 4 years, attaining the rank of Master Sergeant. He was a weather forecaster and stationed at several bases in the U.S. Upon discharge from the AAC, he began work as a traveling salesman in New York State, Western Pennsylvania, and Ohio. In 1943, he got married, had a son born in 1944, and a daughter born in 1948. They moved from New York City to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where he continued to sell men's apparel. In 1977, he and his wife moved from Pittsburgh to Aurora, Colorado, where he retired. Since then, he volunteered at Rose Hospital for 10 years, the Aurora Public Library for 17 years, and Ponderosa Elementary School for 10 years. He now has 3 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren, the oldest of which is 17-year-old, while the youngest is 9 years old. Congratulations, Mort Stein.
Inez Smith, March 27, 1920. Inez was born in Texas and lived there on a farm. After her mother passed away, she and her 4 younger siblings joined their half-sister in California. Inez went to 2 different junior high schools and 3 high schools while in California. She graduated from high school in Lompoc, which is near Santa Barbara. After graduation, Inez worked for the American Aircraft Company. A hayride provided Inez with the chance to meet her future husband, Pratt Tomlinson. They married in 1942. Pratt served in the U.S. Navy, in which he was sent to Hilo, Hawaii, and Guam. He helped to build roads and other essential activities in the aftermath of the Pearl Harbor destruction. After serving 3 years, Pratt rejoined Inez and they moved to Fresno. With Pratt's skills and the help of the neighbors, they built their first home. Inez even pounded nails. Their daughter, Janice, was born in 1951. 6 years later, they moved to Santa Cruz, where they lived for 31 years. Inez learned to water ski and loved it. Pratt worked heavy equipment for Lone Star Cement, and Inez worked for a local newspaper in circulation and classified ads departments. After Pratt was diagnosed with emphysema, they moved back to Fresno. Unfortunately, Pratt passed away 6 weeks after the move. Inez stayed in Fresno and found much support from her church. Through her church, she met Don Smith. They married 3 years later. They had 11 wonderful years together before Don passed away. Janice, Inez's daughter, persuaded her to move to Aurora, Colorado, specifically to the Cherry Creek Retirement Village. Inez is an avid quilter and met with a group weekly in California. She has given many quilts away, but still has many. She is happy to show them to those interested. While in California, Inez was a foster grandparent to elementary school children who needed tender, loving care. She says in her next life she'd love to be a teacher.
Good morning. My name is Eleonora Reynolds, and I am co-founder of Sisters Enterprise. Our organization has been around since 2004, and we're so excited today to sponsor our 16th annual Random Act of Kindness virtual program this year. How many of you know what a Random Act of Kindness is? Random Act of Kindness is any good deed that you could imagine that you could be involved in, such as helping a neighbor, a friend, a project at school, housekeeping, anything where you're rendering help to someone. But of course, the most important thing is that you're doing it and not expecting any compensation in return. And of course, by doing this, you prove that one person, regardless of age, gender, our belief system, can make a difference with one selfless, random act of kindness. Let me tell you a little bit about one of the projects that Sisters Enterprise has been involved in. We recently released our first book. It is called These Are They, and we're hoping that we can get all of you excited about our book, as excited as we are. The book is a collection of bios and short inspirational stories that reflect the lives of our community's finest citizens. I bet you know many of the people that's in the book. We call them Ractivists. These stories of hope, overcoming, and encouragement are bound to inspire many to reach out and touch someone in a special way. By sharing these random acts of kindness stories and experiences, we hope that our readers will learn new and improved ways to positively impact on the lives of others by extending themselves with genuine, kind, and caring random acts of kindness. Under the administration of Governor Hickenlooper, Sisters Enterprise was invited to the state capitol to be honored for many of the things that we're doing in the community involving rendering random acts of kindness. Currently, this book covers approximately 190, almost 200 Coloradoans in the community, and it speaks of all of the activities they've been involved in. It shares their bios, their stories, and so forth. And it's a wonderful place to just imagine some of the things that you could do or that have been done in our community. We also have a section in our book that covers kids say the darnest things, and I'm sure you will enjoy hearing some of the stories and examples that our own children give regarding things that you can do to make a difference in our community. And by the way, if I did not mention it already, the person that wrote the foreword for our book is our very own Senator Rhonda Fields, who will be given the final word today at our program. Once again, we have tons of things that we would like to share with you that you will see once you get our book and discover ways that you can stand up and stand out in the Colorado community. Now, although the book sells for $25, through the month of July, we are offering our book for only $20, which includes shipping and handling. We hope that you will call us at 303-324-5927 to inquire how you can get a copy, or maybe 2 or 3 of our book. We also encourage you to go to our website, www.sistersenterprise.weebly.com, to learn more about the activities that we're doing in the Colorado community. Of course, we thoroughly enjoy making a difference, in our community by doing things that put a smile on others' face. So, on behalf of myself and the other co-founder, my sister Betty Reynolds Funderburk, we encourage you to keep doing what you're doing and keep up with Sisters Enterprise. We're doing all kinds of aspiring things in the community. Thanks again, and we hope you have a great day.
Sisters Enterprise would like to thank the following sponsors: Seb's Recreation Center, Cherry Creek Retirement Village, Colorado Cotillion Butillion, Gooch's Transmission, Strive Fashion and Talent Production, Westera Credit Union, Dr. Claudette Sweet, Struggle of Love Foundation, Mailboxes, etc., Brokers Guild Real Estate, Linda Starcevich, Sylvia Waller, Sepia Historical Society, and Nick's Garden Center. Thank you all for your support. Please consider making a tax-deductible gift today. Your support will help us achieve our mission to encourage and recognize random acts of kindness in our communities, as well as partner with other organizations to lift our neighbors up when they need a helping hand.